Hey everyone and welcome back. In this video we'll be taking a look at the Dinka Sugoi, which is the modern Civic. In the previous video we went through the old school blister Kanjo, which is the old school Civic, and this is also the final drip feed vehicle, so 14 of them. I've covered all of them in the series of videos, so if you haven't seen any of them then make sure to check them out. I've shown all of the customizations, options and all. And going about to this vehicle, this thing is based on the Honda Civic Type R, the FK8. And you guys can see that it is absolutely identical to the real life one. I mean, every aspect of the car, the front, the side profile, the tail section, the front headlights, the hood, the wheel designs, everything is just identical to the real life car, guys. Even the wheels, they are absolutely just like the real life one. And when you come to the tail section, you can see that the tail lights, the whole rear area, everything is just like the real life one. I'm just blown away. I mean, we had the Cadillac CTSV, that's front end was the mix of Mercedes S-Class. So this one is just like the real life one. And going to the interiors, well, the front dashboard and all is kind of sporty and looks cool. The back side too is kind of having a sporty seats that are actually, paintable, I guess. And it is quite better than the CTSV we did earlier, the Albany v-str. So I'm kind of liking how the vehicle is completely made. Rockstar has just done a really good job. And going to the rear section, well, you can see from the real life image that the tail lights, the bumper area, the openings in there, the exhaust system, all of these are just identical to the real life one, guys. I'm really loving how they have made this vehicle. It's absolutely beautiful. And going to the interiors, well, the dials are kind of visible, not terrible. Everything else, just like I said, sporty interiors and all, sporty seats to the front and a kind of a good seat to the back. So it's kind of cool, if you ask me, not too crazy stuff, but still. The exhaust on this thing, on the stock exhaust itself is really cool, shooting flames and all. Handling, well, it's just like the real life one in the front wheel drive. The previous Dinka Blister Sugoi was also front wheel drive, and even this one is actually front wheel drive car. So handling is just like the previous one. And yeah, let's go check out all the customizations options. Going to the primary paint, we'll be going with it also looks good in red, just like the metallic red finish. But for this build, I think I'll go with blue. Yeah, I think I'll go with the blue one. Even yellow looks good, and also white will also look good, but just for this build I'll stick to blue. Secondary paint actually changes the the thin stripe, the thin skirt line. I think I'll go with red for this. Red accents on blue car looks kind of cool. Also, it's just like the real life one, so yeah. And the stock wheels are actually paintable. These are exactly identical to the real life one. So if you want to paint them, you can actually paint them. And I actually made a short video showing both of the easy ways to paint the stock wheels in GTA Online, because it's not easy to paint in GTA Online. You need to find alternative ways. So I've actually made a video on that. Make sure to check it out. And going to the interiors, well, just like I said earlier, the interiors are paintable. So if you want to get it in blue or any other shade, you can do that. And then going to the modifications, first up we have the spoilers, and we have fin tail spoilers. So these are the tiny ones on top of the rear windshield, the roof area. So if you're not a fan of the big spoilers, you can get these things. Kind of decent looking ones. Oh, the Aero Spoiler. Oh my god, this is just like the real life one, not exactly like that, but somewhat like the real life one. So definitely I'll be getting this. There's also the carbon Aero Spoiler. There's kind of a red accents on there, kind of like a red spikes thing. I'm not sure what that is. Whoa, what the heck even is this? I'm not a fan of that. I quite dislike it. So okay, so these are like track spoilers, but still it looks way too high. Mark II spoiler. This looks like a spoiler on top of a spoiler. And we have drag spoilers. These are quite okay. This looks quite decent, neat. We have the same in secondary one as well. Okay. And then we have these sports. Oh my god, no way, this looks hideous if you ask me. I mean, personally it looks hideous, but if you guys are gonna do the drift build and all, it will actually suit that time. So looking at all these weird huge spoilers, I think there will be some drift or drag kind of bumpers and all. So yeah, we'll be taking a look at all of them also. And I'll go with the Aero Spoiler, just like the real life one. And moving on to the front bumpers, we have the stock canards. so it kind of makes it look even more mean, you know, angry kind of a face. We have the sweep diffuser. Whoa, I kind of like the sweep diffuser. Yeah, it also gets that red accent on the front. And from the top angle you can see that the stock and the sweep differences, not much difference, but you know, small changes, it kind of gives an aggressive touch to it. So I kind of like this one. There's the carbon variant, primary sweep diffuser. Oh, arc diffuser. Huh, it kind of adds a cool touch, but not for this build. And there's different versions. There's also the GT diffuser, carbon versions, the primary versions as well. So it adds all those canards and all. There's the carbon downforce one as well. So just like I said, if you do those drag or drifting kind of builds, this will actually look good. But I'll just stick to the, you know, sweep kind of diffuser. Then moving on to the rare section, well, race diffuser. The stock one looks much better than the race one. Performance, no, I'm not liking that. Wow, the sweep diffuser really, you know, adds it up. You know, really looks good. GT diffuser also does get that red accents in the back. The sweep diffuser actually adds those canards things. I am not liking that. But if you remove that canards, then this diffuser is absolutely beautiful, guys. I mean, it suits the front one too, but why did they even add the canards? It's not there in the front. Disappointed with that. Whoa, look at that thing. Turbo diffuser. Look at how the sharp protrusions come from the bottom of it. This is gonna be crazy with all those front bumpers and the big massive wings and all. The car slammed to the ground. It is gonna be crazy, guys. There's also carbon downforce diffuser as well. I mean, just like I said, I love the sweep diffuser. If there was no canards, I would have absolutely got it. It's just like the better version of the stock diffuser. It's kind of disappointment. But I think I'll go with the GT spoiler for this. Next we have the side skirts. Well, the stock one is also good. The street version, carbon street, the racer skirt. Okay, different versions of them. And carbon version as well. So there's also, you know, these are all personal preferences. You guys can go ahead. And there's also rally skirt. Okay, so just a small portion of it is kind of red, the secondary paint. I'll probably go with carbon, or the racer kind of looks good, you know, adds those edges at the front and the beginning. So, or I think it's kind of a little bit too much, so I think I'll just stick to stock one. Yeah. Next we have the exhaust. Well, stock one is kind of identical to the real life one. We have the round exhaust, we have the oval exhaust, we have the round cluster exhaust. Oh my god, look at that thing. That texture is terrible. There's no holes in them. Goddamn ugly. We had similar issue with the previous DLC Pegasi Zoruso. They kind of fixed it, but this thing is terrible. Oh my god. Then we have the sports exhaust. It's kind of swept at the down or bottom part. Then there's the split square cluster exhaust. This will actually suit the, you know, those massive splitters and spoilers, and also for the drag racing and all. These things will be perfect suitable for those things. Even this angled square exhaust. So just like I said, this will suit for that, not for the normal variant. For the normal one, guess we'll have to be going with the round exhaust. Even the stock is fine, but we'll just go with the custom one for this. Next we have the grill. We have the top trim grill. Whoa, it kind of looks like an, you know, angry looking kind of an eyebrow to the car, kind of like an, you know, angry face. Crazy how they did that. We have the track grill, also the center portion where the logo is. Even that area is kind of changed with all these custom options. You can see there's a line here, there's a chrome, there's a D badge as well. There's also black one, that is the stock. So I'll go with the stock one. I don't want any of those fancy stuffs. Next we have the bonnets. Well, the stock one itself looks identical to the real life. Oh my god, no way. You see, this is the problem. The front portion that is kind of left out, it kind of looks incomplete, you know. They could have just made those whole thing as a one piece. It looks so odd. There's also a smoothed out version, vented hood with those okay, hood latches and all. There's the carbon variant. I'm not liking the carbon variants because of that front portion. It looks ugly. There's different ones, the street, the rally hood ones. Okay, so you know, you guys will be able to make some crazy looking weird customizations with this car. There's so many options with this thing. Vented ones, performance hood. Oh my god, there's a lot of customization options, guys. And I'll probably stick to the stock ones, you know, just like the real life one. I don't want any of those fancy stuff. Next, going to the wheel arches, it is actually the mirrors. Okay, so there's normal ones, secondary ones, and also the carbon ones. Just the bottom portion of that is carbon. The top portion is kind of painted one, so I'll just stick to the stock one. Next we have roof, we have rally scoop ones, and the fins. Okay, so you guys can also be able to do the rally kind of builds with this car, and the track scoop is kind of, you know, kind of neat to this particular car. Air scoop, oh my god, you can't even make out that it's there. It's kind of sleek looking. I kind of like this personally, you know. Then there's this big ass scoop, GT scoop. Okay, so these are all big ones. Okay, so this also has a secondary paint finish to it. I personally like the air scoop, you know, just a sleek kind of looking one. Also the trash scoop is kind of good, but for this we'll be going with the stock scoop. And then we have, so I guess that's it. Okay, we have the liveries, and we have quite a few of them, you know, red stripes, checker stripes, Sugoi stripes. Okay, wave. Oh, this looks kind of new if you ask me. I've not come across this livery earlier. So yeah, race 29, race 99, jackal racing. This too is kind of new to this DLC. Wasabi kitty. This was also there in the Dinka Blister Kanjo, so this is just for the Dinka vehicles, I guess. Then we have the red warrior. Oh, so if you take a top-down view, you can actually see that thing. So when you see from the side angles, you can't make out, but when you go to the up, you can see that the angry face and those two red eyes. So that's cool. This is also new if you ask me. So yeah, I'll just stick to stock. Then window tint as usual blacked out. And then the wheels, well, we can go with the custom wheels, the Cheetah RR, but just for this, as we're going with the stock wheels, I'll just stick to the stock one, which is identical to the real life one. So yeah, and it looks like those are all the customization options for this vehicle, guys. There's tons of them, and you can do variety of customizations with this thing. You know, drift build, drag build, rally build, even the real life build. It's kind of pretty cool that they have added tons of customizations with this thing. And yeah, let's take it to the airport, and here we are, and let's go. And just reminding, this is a completely stock car, you know, just to see the performance stuff. And it has already crossed 85 miles per hour, crossed 90 miles per hour, going to 94, 97 miles per hour, and it's still going strong, 99 miles per hour, 101. So 101 miles per hour is the stock top speed of this car, guys. It's pretty good, you know, compared to the previous car. It's quite okay. So let's get the performance upgrades done. And here we go. The acceleration is kind of increased, you know, already crossed 80 miles per hour right there. Crossed 95, 99, crossed 100 miles per hour. And we are at 106. Oh my god, 110 miles per hour. Whoa, 113 miles per hour. And it looks like 113 miles per hour is the top speed of this vehicle, guys. It's crazy how this, you know, car went to 113 miles per hour. It's kind of cool. I mean, after all, it's not like a sporty two-door car, but still it's kind of okay if you ask me, kind of decent one. But the thing here is that it has got tons and tons of customizations. So that is what this thing will be, you know, liked for in GTA Online. And I pretty much like how the build came off, just like the real life one, and all that beautiful blue shade. I kind of like the overall build, guys. So my personal opinion on this thing, well, it is quite costly. Actually, it is very costly, you know, $1.2 million. That is the price where we get this v-str neon or the Albany v-str, kind of like a sports sedan. This is not like in that level, but still it is priced at that particular level. So well, that's the overview of this car, all of the customizations and also the small speed test of it. And do let me know what do you all think of this, if it's worth it or not, if you like it or if you dislike it. Let me know your opinions down in the comments. And yeah, make sure to stay tuned as I'll be making more such awesome videos. So do drop the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you all and have a good day.